Hi everybody, I'm Red Hill Eagle. This is Learn to Play TEW 2020, Episode 3, The Roster. We'll take a look at the guys we've got, and we'll also be issuing some contracts for some other wrestlers that we want to bring in. This is everybody on the roster, in-ring workers only. I'm not going to include, road agents and everything when we want to look at our in-ring talent. But I do want to break it down, so I want to have a look at what we've got at each step of perception. We have already looked at our unimportant, but I'll probably have another quick look. So, Bam Bam Bigelow, Sabu, Shane Douglas, Taz, Terry Funk, the Sandman, Tommy Dreamer. We've already spoken about Terry Funk. But what you've got to remember with TEW is the game doesn't know this is Bam Bam Bigelow. The game doesn't know this is Sabu. The game doesn't know this is Tommy Dreamer. So sometimes when people are playing the game, they're saying, "Oh, so and so shouldn't be like this, or so and so shouldn't be like that. So and so never had a personality like this. He'd be more." The game doesn't know it's this particular wrestler. The game is looking at these stats. There's probably hidden stats. The game is looking at these, and during the game, I'm not sure. I think they can gain some of these. They can lose some of these. You know, and it's a character in a game. You know, TEW doesn't know that this is Shane Douglas. It just knows it's this character in the game that has these stats and that has these stats and that has these attributes. And as I say, there's probably some hidden stats as well. So that's what you've got to remember. I did do one thing off camera, and I did it accidentally. I went to talk to him. I went to physical, and I wanted him to get into better shape. And I double-clicked it by accident, and he's agreed to do it. I actually just completely forgot I should do this when I'm recording, and I just double-clicked on it. So he is in the middle of a shape change, so he will get better than obese. He's not going to suddenly be ripped. I think it'll probably go from obese to bulky, and then I think you've got to wait, I think it's 2 years before you can make another change. So our major stars, if you look, they're Pop, and we've only really got to concentrate on the Tri-State and the Southwest because that's where we're currently showing our stuff. Yes, we've got a bit of pay-per-view in Canada and the UK as well, but generally our TV show is Tri-State and the Southwest. So someone like Bam Bam Bigelow, he's the same across the United States. So he's 54. You got Sabu, right? Tri-State 52, Shane Douglas 54, Taz 49, Terry Funk 48. So our major stars are sort of late 40s and 50s. I'm only kind of looking at the moment really to sort of think when we search for talent, what we're after. Our stars are, well, yeah, it's kind of late 40s again, really, isn't it? So it's probably going to be between, it's difficult only having one, but we're probably looking at early 40s, early to mid 40s. He's right on the cusp, I reckon. A couple of wins and he'll be a major star. So we're probably going to be looking at hiring a few more sort of well-known and recognisable stars, really. So well-known, 36, 40. So yeah, mid-30s to, or low 30s to 40, really, for our well-known guys. We've not got many, so we want to increase that number. And I've noticed as well, we've got a very young roster. Quite a lot of people under 30. I mean, it's a few mid-30s. Someone like Jerry Lynn, I mean, unfortunately, he's lightweight. Did we ask him to? He's not interested. Okay, but he's probably going to be one of our exceptions because he's really good. He lacks the entertainment skills, but give him a manager, who knows. But I think he's good enough for us to ignore the fact that he's only a lightweight. So yeah, we'll look at pushing him. New Jack 34. He's not great, but he's got he's got a really good hardcore score. So we're pushing to some extent, but I don't know how far we can take him really. Pitbull and Pitbull 2 have just got to be tag team for the time being, unless we split them and give them new names. Tommy Rich 41. So we're probably just going to keep him around just to get others over, really. At 41, ongoing contract. So what I might do, offer him another contract. We'll keep it as a handshake deal, but let's offer him for a year. But what I want to do, I want to utilise him as a backbone of the roster. Now, again, in this question mark, I'll tell you what all these things do. But I know, because I've started using it the last sort of few months, really, he will be more willing to put people over as a backbone of the roster. A lot of people use this for their jobbers. I don't think you need to for jobbers, really, but so it does just sort of say, look, we need you as our backbone. We need you to help others get over. Help build the company. So if he goes with that, and also let's see if we can get him. What's he earning at the moment? 200 per show. Can we be a bit cheeky? 170 per show. He wants 190. Oh well, we saved $10. And it's only a handshake, so it doesn't really mean too much. Anyone could come and steal him, and we can still get rid of him at any point. But the main point of that was to put him on a backbone, so he'll be willing to put others over. So recognisable, if I remember rightly, got quite a few of those. Yeah, not bad. Let's look at their pop. So Tri-State 29, so we're probably looking at 20s for our recognisable people. And I'm just keeping that in the back of my head for when we go to look at people to bring in. We can look at their pop and we can say, right, he's going to be a recognisable, or he's going to be well known. It's not always an exact science. It's not. There is a slight mathematical formula. I think it's like if a worker's a certain percentage over your company's pop, then they're this, that, and the other. But it's not just this that goes into it. I think there's a couple of other little things over here that probably go into that calculation. So, I mean, Al Snow, 34. I think we can push him to some extent. Definitely a hardcore wrestler. Lacks the entertainment skills again, but again, quite a good in-ring performer. And if we manage to keep him for the next sort of 6 or 7 years, I think he'll probably end up being a good road agent eventually. Axel Rotten, 26, a bit too young maybe. He's not great either, but he's still quite young. He's still young enough to learn a few skills. Balls Mahoney. Yeah, again, same thing really. And he's really young. Big Dick Dudley. Everyone's a Dudley in this company. He's pretty awful, actually. I mean, he's still young enough to improve a bit, but he's probably someone I don't want to keep around. I'm going to get rid of him. Because... What? Oh, send away. I don't want to send away, do I? I want to release him. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of him. It'll give us a bit more room to bring someone else in as well. Chris Candido. Decent. Young again, though. Very young. Darren Drozdov, 28. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's not really young, but he's youngish. A member of WWF Invaders. We might be in a deal with WWF. We'll look at that. Might not be this episode, but we'll look at that, because I don't usually like doing deals with other companies. I like to sort of go it alone, but they might be able to benefit us. We'll have a look. Doug Furness, 37. Another one, really, that can put people over. I mean, he's only recognisable himself, but let's make him more willing to put over some of our unimportant... I mean, not the ones we've got at the moment, because, we are looking to get rid of those ones. Backbone of the roster. Yeah. He's only on 60 a show. I'm not going to reduce that. Probably wouldn't accept it anyway. John Cronus, 28. Decent age, decent wrestler. I mean, again, not awesome, but that's pretty good, really. That many stats in the 60s isn't bad. Just lacks the entertainment again. And I know that's probably reflective of True Life ECW. They were more about the hardcore wrestling than the talking on the mic. Without having ever watched it, I hope I'm right in saying that. But he's pretty decent. I think we're going to be utilising our managers quite a lot. Lance Storm, lacks the entertainment skills, but very good. 28, again, right on the cusp of the age that we should be looking at starting to push people. Little Guido. I mentioned him in the last episode. In the first episode, I think. He's agreed to increased size, but that will only take him to lightweight. He's in the tag team division. Phil Lafon, half decent. Again, no entertainment skills. This is something we are going to kind of need to look at. 36 years old, not bad. Spike Dudley, I think he agreed. Did he agree to increase his size? Yes, he did. Again, that'll only take him up to lightweight, but it's better than small, in my opinion. But he's probably someone we can look at getting rid of eventually. He's kind of average. We'll probably stick him around as a jobber. Tracy Smothers, 35, decent age, the other half of the tag team champions. Right, so we've kind of done everyone now. We looked at the unimportant in the first episode, so I won't go through that again. And let's go and have a look at some talent that we can bring in. I want to search for a wrestler. I want them to be male at the moment because we don't have a female division. I want to be able to hire them. Work in the US. Let's just have a look for unemployed to start with. Preferably middleweight. If we get desperate, we will put it down to lightweight. Age. Don't really want anyone. Let's go 38 as a max age, and 28 as the minimum age. Minimum, maximum popularity. Let's see who we can get as some more possible major stars. Oh, there's a few. Now, Brian Knobbs. Okay, he's not awesome in ring, but he's a good all-round wrestler. He would be another major star. What will he cost us? 1,000 per show. Might be pushing it. We're not desperate for major stars. I'll shortlist him. Butterbean, I think, is going to be pretty awful, yeah. He's nearly 2,000 a show as well, so... Jacques Rougeau. That's good. Wasn't he? He was the Mountie, wasn't he? He would be good. I mean, he's not awesome, but he's got some good stats down here. He'd be a major star, and if we can bring him in as a backbone... 500 per show. Let me see if we can bring it down to 400. Let's give it a year. And backbone. He's too young to pass the torch. He wants 480. Okay. Right, okay. Good chance of getting him. But then other companies could try as well. Jeff Bearden. 200 per show. 34. Why is he so cheap? Hang on a minute. Did I not do something right? I've put anywhere, haven't I? What an idiot. Well, I specifically really want to look for Tri-State. Okay, with the first three we're fine. John Tenter. Oh, I've always liked him. Again, another big guy who was really good. His stats, yeah, brawling maybe could have been a bit higher. I'm not going to complain about. It just would have been nice because I'm interested in signing him. He's definitely a major star, stats wise as well, or at least star. 800 a show. We're not desperate. I'm going to shortlist him. We're not desperate for main eventers. I know I'm looking for them here, but unless someone really stood out. So we'll lower that then. We'll go 25 to 39. So we're covering sort of the well-known, recognisable kind of zone here. He's He's half decent. I'm going to bring him in. Yeah. Leave the 200 there. I don't think many people are going to take less than that. Okay, we're going to have to open this up. First of all, I'm going to bring that down to 34. And we're going to have to open this up to people that are already employed. I mean, he might not be able to fit us into his schedule. We can look at that. We can look at what his schedule is, and we can look at... So our show's been on a Friday, isn't it? So, okay, Fridays, he looks quite free. And our events are going to be on Saturdays, week 4. Okay, well, December's screwed, but I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to take the chance on him. Oh. Okay, we've obviously got some sort of deal with BCW. Well, I'll be getting rid of that. We're struggling a little bit to get the kind of people we want. Let's drop this down to lightweight. I mean, I'm just going to have to kind of grin and bear it. We might just have to be looking at... Wow, hang on. Is this telling me that there isn't? Right. He's really good. Oh, he's an owner and a booker. I mean, we can get him on a handshake deal, but he's awesome. I mean, I'm gonna get him, because you never know if he loses that position. I mean, we wouldn't be able to sign him exclusively because he's an owner and a booker. So look at his schedule. Oh, no chance. No chance. Unavailable Fridays. Unavailable every Friday. Did I shortlist him? Definitely want to shortlist him, at least. Jushin Liga, NJPW. He's very good. He's very expensive. The reason he's expensive isn't because of his pop in the US, but it's his pop in Japan. And Mexico and Japan. Look at that. That's why he's expensive. Kid Cash. He's decent. He's very good, actually. 30. Sorry, is that 50 per show? Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I know he's a lightweight, but at the moment we are struggling to get people that... We're actually struggling to find people to sign. I mean, I might just have to, for a couple of years, look at getting some older guys. Let's go 35 to 40. Let's go... Okay, let's go lightweight, but... And then let's put this back to... I'll tell you what, let's put that down to 15. Put that up to 50. Let's have a look. Barry Horowitz. That'd be an interesting one. I'm going to bring him in as a... He's probably a bit better than a jobber. No, let's bring him in for 6 months. Marty Jannetty. What's his... Right, so there's no like drug use or anything like that there. How much would he cost us? £1,000 per show. He would be a main eventer. See, this is where you've got to like... I'm hiring with my brain here and not my heart. He's not an ECW wrestler, is he? Marty Jannetty is not a hardcore wrestler. But if I was playing the game as I normally would with a company that's, you know, sports entertainment based, or at the very least, you know, just a kind of normal company, that's a no-brainer. For a small company, hire him. Shortlist him. I wouldn't say we did great in the hiring department. I mean, don't forget, these aren't all wrestlers. These are all our backstage guys that we've offered contracts to as well. So I think what we do now is we will skip ahead a day. That's a wrap for episode 3. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. In the next episode, we'll be looking at those company relationships we had and probably ending some of them. And with a bit of luck, some people will be accepting our contract offers and we'll have some more guys on the roster to make some plans. Take care, see you soon.